I can't get teary-eyed because Lisa's the baller, not me.
I'm in the corner.
On behalf of my 4 sisters and I, so Christy, Lisa, Julie, and Jana Roper, we'd like to welcome you. Thank you for joining us to celebrate such a wonderful occasion. Very few times in life do we get to honor our parents. Their entire lives, they've humbly dedicated their time and energy to recognizing the accomplishments and milestones in each of our lives, but today we're honoring them in 50 years of dedication to not only raising us, but their commitment to setting the example for us to follow.
Knock it up, Major.
Today, I'm probably the most thankful for the trials and joys in their marriage that firmly rooted us in Christ, setting the forefront of values that have contributed to perseverance in love in all we do. We love you. Okay, so Christy, my oldest sister, warned me not to get too wordy or emotional. So before I end this, I would like to read a few memories shared by my mom and dad as Sierra, their granddaughter, interviewed them for her sociology class. We communicated from where I'm stationed in South Korea, and I gave her a list of questions to ask Grandma and Grandpa, and I said, and make sure you get the right answers. Don't let them hold back. So here we go. For Grandpa, she asked, where did you see Grandma? He said, I had seen her a lot of times in school, but the time I actually really looked at her was when we were in Chelsea, and she was walking across the street with a friend. We first started seeing each other when I took her to get a dog. And Sierra said, well, what did you say when you first saw Grandma? He said, woo, hi baby, what you doing? Want to go to a donkey ball game? Dad had just returned from the Navy, and Mom was making a visit to the post office where her aunt was working. And I think that's how the two fell in love. As I heard from Mom, it was love at first sight when he met her at the post office. So what made you fall in love with Grandma? Well, she had a big old whip and she beat me until I said yes. Ha ha, I'm just kidding, Sierra. It was just the way she was dressed. I'm just kidding again. Cupid shot me with an arrow and it just happened. It was weird. She was about 15 or 16 and she was beautiful. What was it about Grandma that stole your heart? She was a very pretty young lady and she definitely wasn't bashful, and I admired that. What is it about Grandma that still gives you your zing? Now or then? Back then, we liked to do a lot of the same things, and of course, she zinged me when I didn't do something right. She's the boss. And he said, and on top of that, I'm a zinger and a good kisser. What do you think makes marriage last for 50 years? Once you've been married for so long, you do anything just to please that person and keep them loving you and keep on trucking. Extra things Grandpa wanted to add. Grandma has always been a joy in my life, and I love her so much. Sometimes she's a pain, but that's everyone. But that's what makes her herself. I love her, and anything I ask Grandma to do, she jumps on it. We were very different, and she was the glue that kept us together. She would have been the duct tape. She is the duct tape queen. But they didn't have duct tape way back then. Ha ha. We eloped because Grandma didn't want a big wedding. So today we gave you a big celebration. And Grandma's response to Sierra's questions, where did you first see Grandpa? We went to school with him. He was a senior when I was a freshman. I was in class with his brother, Roger, and he used to date my cousin. He lived right down the road from me, too. He was a big and beefed out man. And I was just a little snotty-nosed kid. I had other things on my mind than boys. So I made him chase me. We never paid any attention to each other until we were both out of high school. The day came and he came home from the Navy. I had hurt my knee and my mom told me to go to the doctor. I went to the post office first, and when I was coming out of the post office, he and his two cousins pulled up and asked me if I wanted to go to a donkey ball game. They were pretty consistent. What do you remember about your first date? The first time we ever went out together, we just drove around and talked. The first actual date, we went on a double date with some friends to a movie. Then he took me home, sweetly kissed me, and then we went on with our lives. What made you fall in love with Grandpa? Definitely his eyes. He has beautiful eyes. He was tall, dark, and handsome, and so much fun. When I finally told my mom I was in love, she asked me what I loved about him. I said, I love his eyes, Mom. I still love his eyes today, and all of our daughters have his eyes. So what did you think was hot about Grandpa? Just him. When she said that, she said it with big eyes and very boldly. Him, period. How did you know you were in love with Grandpa, and how long did it take you to fall in love with him? I just wanted to always be around him, just like I do today. He was on my mind 24 hours of the day, and he's always made me feel safe and secure. It took a couple months for us to tell each other we loved each other, but once we did, we never looked back. What was it about Grandpa that still makes you look at him and think, ooh, baby? We're the best of friends and have been married 50 years, and we both have a passionate love for God. I believe that God is the reason that we love each other so much, and we've learned about each other so much. What do you think makes marriage last for 50 years? A commitment to Christ, in each other, trust, honesty, always be each other's best friends. She said we eloped in Miami, Oklahoma. We couldn't work in a wedding. We both had to work, and Grandpa didn't want a big wedding. He loves God first and loves his family totally, and I love him. And he definitely still has those beautiful eyes, and he's a gentleman. So thank you for joining us, and I'd like you all to make your rounds and congratulate the blessed couple, and join us for some cake and I believe some food. And there's a video that we're going to play as well.
A video?